President Trump is doubling down on his calls to nationalize elections, specifically citing districts he lost in 2020. He says he wants the federal government to take charge, even though that could violate the Constitution.
After the president floated the idea on a podcast of nationalizing elections, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt attempted to clarify.
What the president was referring to is the SAVE Act, which is a huge common sense piece of legislation that Republicans have supported. It provides very common sense measures for voting in our country, such as voter ID.
But just hours later in the Oval Office, the president appeared to double down on the idea of the federal government taking over elections in some states. He didn't mention voter ID law.
If a state can't run an election, I think the people behind me should do something about it.
Trump then listed a number of Democrat-led cities like Detroit and Atlanta, where he thinks the federal government should step in.
Look at some of the places that horrible corruption on elections, and the federal government should not allow that. The federal government should get involved. These are agents of the federal government to count the votes. If they can't count the votes legally and honestly, then somebody else should take over.
Trump's accusations of widespread voter fraud in places he lost in 2020 have repeatedly been debunked. Trump's comments about a federal election takeover have sparked alarm among Democrats.
The notional idea that he will, ask his loyalists to do something inappropriate beyond the Constitution scares the heck out of me.
Even some Republicans gently pushed back.
Everybody understands that the states are in charge of administering the elections.
Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson backed the president, saying Trump was just expressing frustration about election integrity. Johnson and his party are pushing for a bill that would require national voter ID. Democrats oppose it, arguing that safeguards to prevent the wrong people from voting already exist.